Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. So, I know what I'm about to say in this commentary may be a little bit wishful thinking, but I wanted to explain exactly my thought process as to why I'm thinking this, and if it doesn't happen anytime soon or during the update that's about to be released on Tuesday, then I have a feeling that sooner or later it is going to happen, and it's going to happen in Black Ops 4 because, quite frankly, it's quite a good fit. And at the same time, with everything that we've already been provided with this game in terms of what they brought us, it just makes all the sense in the world. At least to me. At least to me, it does. So, and at the same time, one of the things that I like about what I'm about to say about this video is the fact that you guys can be involved too. Because whenever you guys give me your thoughts and your comments down in the comment section, it's always a very unique perspective. Because even though I think outside the box and my brain thinks all over the place, I'm not the only one that has a certain perspective or multiple perspectives. There are other people that have perspectives as well. So, and everybody's experience is, even though everybody's experience with Call of Duty for the most part is very similar, it's all those little gray areas that in between that makes the very big difference. And I think that's what makes a difference between a person liking a certain flavor of Call of Duty and not liking a certain flavor of Call of Duty. Which again is another reason why I respect everybody's opinions when it comes to this subject, or just any subject in general, actually. Everybody's opinions, their own experience. So, and all I could ever ask is for somebody to basically do the same with me in terms of giving me respect on my opinions. And for the most part, you guys have been tremendously respectful. So without getting too much into the emotional commentary, let's get straight into the subject. Now, I think that there are going to be more remakes coming in this game, more map remakes. Now, obviously, they've given us firing range again, and then they've given us another flavor of firing range, which is a night map. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Call of Duty can use more night maps, and the night maps that we have gotten in Call of Duty throughout the history, I think for the most part they're pretty good. There are a few, obviously, that people are divided upon. Like, I'm one of the people that thinks that Hanoi in Black Ops 1 was actually a pretty good map. Not like a top 5 map or anything, but in my opinion, it's a little underrated. I've always liked it since I was a noob, and I still like it till this day. But I do know that a lot of people didn't like it for one reason or another, but it's a nice night map, and I love night maps, and it's not just because it's night, although that kind of does add to me liking it a little bit more. But I just really like that map. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit more. There, obviously, in this game with Black Ops 4, most of the maps that have been brought back were from Black Ops 1. So there are a lot more maps that we have not seen in since Black Ops 1 that I think would make a terrific addition to this game. And quite frankly, I personally think that they are also the right size, and the fact that Black Ops 1 started it all in terms of that kind of map layout really does fit in well with this game, because the Black Ops series is the one that basically brought us the whole 3-lane structure. Now, for the most part, it's been received pretty well, but there are people in the community that prefer the Modern Warfare series type of map structure. They don't care that much for the 3-lane maps. I've actually read a comment once or somewhere where they don't like a person doesn't like 3-lane maps because it just makes them too quote-unquote predictable. And I get that. I totally understand where they're coming from in terms of that. But at the same time, in the way that I see it as well, is that a map layout like in COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2, they're just too easy to camp, and they encourage a very passive playstyle. And granted, at the same time, on the other hand, they do take a little bit more time in order to learn how to rush properly in them. But for the most part, with my personal experience, is that basically the person that is a rusher is already at a disadvantage with map layouts like that. But at the same time, a person that rushes correctly in maps like that can be known as a very well-skilled player because they've gone through the grind in order to learn how to rush them properly. But it's a back and forth thing that keeps going. But I thought that would make an interesting portion of this video to talk about, because the things that you guys tell me and the feedback that you guys tell me, I like to kind of make your voices heard in videos, because those kind of comments are the kind of comments that really just show you just everybody's perspective when it comes to the game. So, all right. So, with that being said, a few of the maps, and this commentary, this subject of today's video made me go back and look at the Black Ops 1 list, and I apologize ahead of time. I'm not familiar with the DLC maps, although I am very familiar with the fact that a lot of people are really stoked about Stadium, if I'm not mistaken, from Black Ops 1 DLC. They really like the Stadium map, so I don't have experience with it, but it's been said time and time again from everything that I've read. So, but there are just so many good maps that would make a really good fit for this game. So if there are any maps that you think should be brought back, let me know down in the comment section. But here are a few of mine that I really would like. And the first one that came to mind is obviously WMD. I think that map is built very well. It's not too campy. It's not too rushy. It's a perfect 50-50 balance in terms of whatever playstyle you choose to play. And in terms of the way it's built, it's also built really well. Like the specialists, even though they're getting a nerf on Tuesday, with the specialists and the size of the map overall with the unlimited sprint in this game, I think WMD fits Black Ops 4 like a glove. And at the same time, I personally don't see anything wrong with snow maps. Obviously, the layout of the map is what matters above everything else. Otherwise, the snow map in this game, what's it called? It's not Meltdown. It's I don't know. But it would be one of my, if that was the case, it would have been one of my favorite maps. But it certainly isn't. And go figure. Actually, that is the map where I got the 67-2 kill TDM. Go figure. But anyway, yeah, I definitely think that WMD would be a really, really good addition to Black Ops 4. Let's see, Hazard I don't think would be that bad, to be honest with you. I think Launch would be terrific. Launch is one of the best maps, in my opinion, in Black Ops history that we haven't really seen ever since Black Ops 1. Cracked is not that bad, to be honest. I wouldn't put it in my... I don't know if I'd put that in my top 10 or not, but Cracked is definitely not that bad. Let's see. Grid. You can't go wrong with Grid. Grid is really good. Hanoi is really, really good. Again, in my opinion. And again, in this game, I think it would be even better because of the unlimited sprint, which would kind of naturally kind of shrink the map a little bit. And at the same time, again, we could use another night map. And again, with the speed of the game and the overall weapons and tempo and everything like that, I mean, it just goes to show you that Black Ops 1's success, I think, was rooted around the maps. Because there were so many good maps in that game, despite the fact that the game had bad hit detection, that the maps are... Because where do you hang out more than anywhere else when you play multiplayer? It's the maps. So... It just goes to show you, man. Havana was really, really good. I don't know if I mentioned that already, so I apologize. And yeah, those are pretty much the ones that I pretty much think. I think there's one more. I don't think Radiation would be bad either. Radiation would actually be pretty damn good for a map like that. So, I don't know about Array. Array was really big for Black Ops 1. It could be a fit for Black Ops 4. But I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it could be. I don't know. And at the same time, I think it would be, at least in theory, easier for them to shrink a map if they needed to, as opposed to making it bigger. I don't know. Again, I don't fully know and understand exactly how the whole dev thing works. All I know is that it takes a shit ton of time. And another thing that I've recently learned, especially from this game, as far as Black Ops 4 is concerned, is just how important the polishing is. Because with this game, the polishing, I think, is one factor that was definitely... left behind because they had to go and make Blackout during the last year, and they needed help from Raven as well. And obviously, Beanox just did the PC portion of the game, obviously. But in terms of the polish, you can tell the game is not as polished as definitely as Black Ops 3 was because of the graphics. So, but that just goes to show you, man. It's like yeah, graphics happen when there's that polish time. A lot of times, from what I've seen in different games, they take that last year of development in their game, like the last 6 months to a year, just polishing everything, just making sure everything looks super good, super smooth, textures, frame rates, graphics. I mean, everything like that. You just name it. So, and at this point right now, I think the last thing we care about, even though people still mention it till this day, I still think that the last thing that we need to care about in terms of Black Ops 4 is the graphics. I think that the only thing that's important is the 60 frames per second, which Xbox does not always get. And at the same time, the gameplay and the maps, obviously. So if you want to really maximize this game's potential, even after all these months of its release, if you want to really maximize this game's potential, give us really good maps. And obviously the Black Ops Pass is something that, like, if they give us remakes and put them in the Black Ops Pass, I think that's going to piss a lot of the community off. I think the community would rather see something else, like some brand new maps or whatnot, as opposed to just remakes that we've already had before, which people would feel ripped off. And I've seen people make videos about that, so I completely understand their thought process when it comes to that. But when it comes to Activision and business, they have their own thought process as well, and what makes sense to them may not make sense to us, from looking at it from different perspectives. Again, this commentary has also been about perspective, so but yeah, that's basically my perspective on things. That's how I'm thinking, and I think that the maps will really make the biggest difference. And obviously more guns and replay factor. And obviously another thing is that back in the day during Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, let's say, maps were enough to keep us satisfied. But as time goes on, and as we adapt as a community, and as we get used to everything that they're throwing at us year by year by year, we are demanding more, and rightfully so, because at the same time they are demanding more in terms of the developers and in terms of Activision and all that kind of stuff. So there's got to be that compromise, man. There's got to be that in between, to where we need to find a way to make both parties happy. And what is that definite solution? And that is release a free-to-play Call of Duty. So like COD Online, last time I heard, very successful over in China and on the PC, since consoles are banned over there. So again, Apex Legends, I recently just found out, heard from another YouTube video, that they have, what, 25 million active players? Holy shit, dude. So can you imagine, just close your eyes and just dream for a second, and imagine Call of Duty had those numbers? That would be absolutely insane, in a good way. And imagine, and Call of Duty is the game that pisses us off so much year by year, right? For one reason or another, that has the greatest potential on console to make this shit happen. If they were to go free to play, and if they did everything right, and they made the game, like, if they made you grind in so many different ways that where you'd be like, holy shit, what am I going to grind for today? And it's so exciting, right? Beyond just the gameplay itself, holy shit, dude, all of a sudden they would have the most successful, one of the most successful games in video game history, hands down. And they're the only ones that are stopping themselves. So hopefully within the next few years, we will see something like that come to fruition. And as always, you guys can let me know what you think in terms of that aspect. And that wraps it up for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you guys think that they're going to bring back some more maps for free in this game, even if it's just a couple? Which ones would you like to see from which Call of Duty Black Ops game? And that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, by the way, as far as Black Ops 3 is concerned, there's only two maps that I see that they could possibly bring back and put in this game, and that is Fringe and Combine. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.